Francis and Mike. I was looking forward to this time. And Francis, thank you for suggesting the topic and the time.
Sure. I love having so many students, but I need to find good ways to differentiate content based on students' language levels, different learning preferences, and cognitive differences.
Yeah, I'm glad you suggested these topics. So why don't we first start talking about classes of students with different levels of English. I watched a webinar recently on this and learned that having multiple levels can be a benefit. When higher level students are encouraged to teach others, students can learn and remember a lot when they are the teachers.
Yeah, higher level students can even learn a lot from lower level students when they have the skills that higher level students need to learn. And I like to provide a checklist of all the skills and activities that we're doing in the classroom, and students can check where they are to know where they are on this scale, whether it's from I know nothing and I need help to I understand a little bit but still make mistakes to I understand this and I can help others.
Yeah, I like that idea. This way, we view all students as resources and see each student as a possible teacher to others, which is really needed in large classes.
Hmm. Yeah, another idea is a class project, which requires different teams of students to do various tasks. For example, a dual language graphic novel, kind of like a comic book. Yeah, so the teacher decides what skills are needed for each task and then puts students into different groups so they work together to accomplish the larger project.
I just saw lots of resources on American English about creating comic books. For example, students with lower level English could work on the L1 translation or the art. In this way, students are not frustrated by tasks that are too difficult, and they're also not bored by tasks that are too easy. Okay, let's move on to different learning styles and preferences. I like to give students multiple ways to engage with the content, like reading the content or listening to the content.
Yeah, I also give options for students to assess their learning. For example, through a true or false quiz or a checklist. The key is to be aware that we all learn differently, and therefore we provide options so that all can learn.
Hmm. I like that, Francis and Mike, but it seems like a lot of work, extra work. Perhaps we could share our assessments, assignments, and resources. Like Mike mentioned, our students will share those and mentor one another. We teachers can do that too.
Yeah, let's follow up by sharing our resources. So Francis, you mentioned about different cognitive styles and neurodiversity. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so neurodiversity refers to the unique ways that different people's brains work and process information. So, some students may need more time to think. Therefore, presenting the content in smaller chunks, providing more short breaks, and giving students work to complete at home are some of the things that I do to support my students with cognitive differences.
Yeah, I try to provide longer wait times, counting slowly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my head when waiting for students to respond. I also provide students with outlines and steps both orally and in writing. Using outlines, I find that makes it easier for the students to follow along. And if they stop paying attention for a moment, they can quickly pick it up where they stop.
Yes, and also reviewing what was learned or asking students to provide a summary of what was taught. I like to start my class with, so who can tell me what we learned yesterday?